Morning. It is 7:42 now. More than 9 million Brits are currently signed up to dating websites, but despite 1 in 5 online relationships becoming success stories, sadly there is a darker side to virtual romance.
Yes, people who use dating sites are being warned to stay vigilant after businessman Jason Lawrence was sentenced to life in prison for sexual attacks on 7 women he met through Match.com.
Devious, manipulative and highly dangerous to women. Some of the words used to describe Jason Lawrence, who targeted his victims through popular dating site Match.com. The 50-year-old tricked women into meeting him before sexually assaulting them. Despite 4 of his victims alerting the website, they refused to remove his online profile. In just 5 years, online dating-related reports of rape have increased from 33 claims in 2009 to 184 in 2014. With almost a quarter of online victims aged between 40 and 50 years old, the case has now raised questions about the security surrounding dating sites and how safe we are when looking for love online.
We're joined by George Kidd, Chief Executive of the Online Dating Association. Match.com have issued a statement sympathising with the victims. They say that they're working on ways to better protect their members. The question is what more needs to be done. In your perspective here, George, if you'd had these reports from these women that went to Match.com and said, here is one of your members who has made us feel uncomfortable and we think you should take down his profile, should they have done that? Should they have taken this man off their site and therefore maybe prevented these attacks happening in the first place?
Potentially yes, but the challenge is knowing is interpreting what you're getting in terms of those reports, what people were actually seeing.
So why
about
did they not do that then? What would be the reason why you would ignore, if you like, someone saying, I've been attacked, I've been upset by somebody on your site? What would be the reason not to do that?
A reason I heard, and I think this, I have to be very careful not to try to drill into an experience that somebody's had with Match.com, and I'm not Match.com, would be that one of the things that manipulative people do, and this fella clearly was manipulative from the get-go, is chat to somebody and get them off-site. So the first thing he does is start to get people to say, well, all right, text me, or come and talk to me on Twitter, or come and talk to me on Facebook. And where Match and other dating sites would create that safe forum where you could chat and it would be patrolled, if you like, and there would be an evidence trail, he immediately would try and get people away from the site and start to chat to them. So then they were coming back and the company was trying to make sense of an allegation of a vague nature.
And if they were coming back, though, George, if they were coming back and saying, this guy has done this, and there was 4 different people went and said this guy was done it, they still ignored them. And whether it was happening on Facebook or on Twitter, they still met him initially through Match.com, and it was on Match.com where he was initialising these meetings.
It was, and I think the lesson for us all, and this goes to what was said by the judge afterwards, is how do we join the dots in terms of what's reported and what's said. I think Match have said, and we're saying there's a kind of zero tolerance thing around the behaviour. Every company, whether they're in the association or not, I think has terms and conditions that says you're out. If you misbehave, you're out. The other thing that we've been trying to do in terms of joining the dots as the industry, and let's come to what we could do with the police later, is say, if you're thrown off a site because your behaviour is unacceptable, it's threatening, you're not going to be thrown off a site because there's been an allegation as severe as that. But if there's that real serious worry, we don't want you rocking up on another site. So a bit like pub watch, you know, let's make sure that if you're a problem in one place and you're gone, you stay gone right across the piece.
So are you going to meet with Match.com? Are you going to meet with other agencies and make sure there is now a zero tolerance? Once someone's been reported, they're gone?
Yes, and that's a conversation we've already had with them, we've already had with the industry. The other thing that they did, and we're doing collectively, is sitting down with the experts, with, in this case, the Susie Lamplugh Trust, to say, when somebody gets in touch with a dating site and says they've had a bad experience, how do you get inside what that bad experience is? You know, it may have been a lousy date, he may not have bought dinner, he may have been rude. That's very different from an awful experience. Yeah. Now, people are not always good or comfortable to explain what's gone wrong, and to have that skill and that understanding and learning the empathy to actually get to the root of it and then work out how best to help them. Is it the police? Is it counselling? Is it just getting rid of that
There's
Bad
9 million people registered. Lots of our viewers will be registered. We're coming up to the weekend. I'm sure many of them will be planning on going on dates. Can you guarantee that they're going to be safe on those dates that they've organised through these dating websites, the part of your association?
I don't know what the rules are on swearing. We work bloody hard to make sure that people are safe on these dating sites.
But can you guarantee their safety?
Nobody can guarantee anything 100%, and one of the things that we work on is the balance between what can sites do in terms of checking profiles, in terms of creating safe chat, in terms of having report lines, alarm buttons, and the advice and guidance we give to you. When you go on a date, you're on the date. I'm not sitting there next to you saying, don't have that extra drink, don't jump in the car with him, don't invite him back to your home. So there's always that partnership thing with people who use dating sites. One's one too many, but we work darn hard to make sure that these things don't happen.
OK, George Kidd, Chief Executive from the online dating agency. Good to see you this morning. Probably was a little strong for breakfast television,
I'm
but
sorry.
no, we understand.
Shows your passion.
We care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.